We just watched episode 10 of Gotham, the fall finale. So what have we learned? Well, Alfred can take a bullet, keep on ticking, and straight up kill a guy. Alfred apparently has, I don't know, Jedi mind tricks, because he can say one smooth sentence and have Fish Mooney eating out of the palm of his hand. And Alfred has got an interesting and yet insulting story to tell to any goon before he takes him down the ground, sticks a knife to his throat. All three of those were about Alfred, weren't they? Hey, what's the name of this show anyway?
LoveCraft.
LoveCraft.
Yeah,
Love.
it's on there.
Okay. Episode 10, LoveCraft, featuring Alfred. And I'm Chad Perkins, and this is the Gotham After Show.
That would have been really embarrassing.
Welcome to the Gotham After Show. It's the fall break. We're having a little bourbon here because we are in well, I was gonna say we're in Kentucky, but we're not.
We aren't though.
We're across the pond from Gotham. Metropolis, maybe? We won't tell you. We don't want.
Secret hideout.
Yeah, stalkers. But welcome to the Gotham After Show, the show that films about 24 hours after Gotham airs on Fox to give you guys plenty of time to get in on the conversation, which we are answering some fan questions and giving some fan comments here tonight. If you are joining us via the audio spectrum, with not seeing me waving like this, you're missing out. It's pretty good waving. Welcome. If you're watching us in living color, welcome as well. If you'd like to hear us in podcast form, you can do so by tuning in to TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, and of course finding us on iTunes. Subscribe to this here channel on the YouTubes, 21network.com, youtube.com/21network. Come on, Please welcome the Red Couch of Vengeance, our Batman and Gotham aficionados from the In the Comics podcast. Please welcome David Cottingham. David.
Hello, Chad.
Apparently dressed down for this momentous occasion.
I am on vacation this week.
Yeah, so am I.
Isn't a vacay?
So am I.
Yeah, but you're the host.
Right, well.
I'm just the guest.
That's true.
And speaking of couches from the new 21 podcast, or 21 Network podcast, I should say, the Couch Couple, please welcome Cory Cooley. Cory.
G'day.
Thank you for dressing up for the auspicious.
Well,
He just got off work.
I just got off work, yeah, exactly. Yep,
Right.
yep,
Well, look good,
But
look sharp.
you got the Superman thing going, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a nice little cascade of
show.
colors.
Cascade of, all right. Gentlemen, happy 10th episode of the After Show.
Yeah.
We're going on our little fall break, although we will have some extra videos in the mix in there between now and January.
Some tidbits.
Little tidbits for you. But LoveCraft, fall finale. We want to just get some quick...
Yeah, I got you.
Well,
the guys who listen to the podcast,
they're not
understand.
seeing us. They have no idea.
He is wiggling his fingers.
Wiggling his fingers.
And I don't know, jazz finger kind of.
Jazz hands. Quick impressions of episode 10, Dave Cottingham.
I liked it. I feel like it could have been, finale-wise, I feel like it could have been a little more intense in the ending.
Well, it's just the fall finale.
It was the fall finale. Hey,
They don't want to pull a muscle.
there's some other shows that
Not
do some
everybody
good
can be-
fall finales.
Not everybody can be.
Anyway, yeah. But I liked it. I think it was good stepping stones for Alfred, for Bruce. Kind of like what you said in the opening, though. LoveCraft. I mean, he had a kind of an important role, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in it for like 3 seconds.
But
Yeah. Well,
and I don't know if
spoilers,
it kinda-
he gets killed, so maybe that's why it's called that. Yeah.
Well, that or it could mean maybe it's insinuating the relationship with Bruce and Kat, because it's weird because the title, I think LoveCraft is that his last name?
Yeah.
Because the C is capital.
Dick.
So I don't know if that's insinuated or something else. You know what I mean? Because I noticed it was capital L, capital C, one word. So I don't know if that's how his name is spelled or if that's something they just did for the title.
The guy who put it, did the text was like,
Yeah, I know, right?
Sandwiches.
Well, because I named this after Lovecraft,
After
right? So
Lovecraft,
I have
right.
to make sure it's spelled that way. But
Correct.
Right.
Cory Akule.
Well, when I hear Lovecraft, I think of Sherlock, but I don't think you guys watch Sherlock, do you?
No.
With Cumberbund.
Cumberbund.
Benedict Cumberbund.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
that good.
But I liked it. It was good. It wasn't as. I mean, right now I think I liked the previous episode a lot. This one was good. I'd say top 3. This one, the last one, and Venom so far my top 3 favorites. I mean, Alfred, sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
We get Alfred. I mean, I've always known Alfred to be kind of a secret BA, but I didn't know he was. I mean, yeah, he took a bullet right in the, just like Terminator, and straight towards the guy.
I know.
But it was cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's. I'm trying to think of like one definitive moment. I mean, it's interesting to see Bruce running on rooftops and stuff like that. I'll say that, but you know, I mean, the whole Gordon and Bullock thing is kind of. It looks like that's kind of, especially now, in the end, especially it's kind of done. Now we're into
Yeah, it took a very interesting turn.
the era of, I think the era of Bruce Wayne learning to be Batman, pretty much.
We'll see. We'll talk about that. As far as the name goes, and we said this last episode, you know, if it's called Lovecraft, it's going to be about someone else. You know, Selena Kyle
Right.
didn't really feature that much Selena Kyle, and
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent didn't feature that much Harvey Dent, and so on and so forth. I mean, this was the Alfred show,
Yes.
which was great. Starting off with fighting off 3 guys, well, 2 guys and a female. There in the very beginning, straight up killing a guy.
Straight up.
Straight up. Now tell me.
Yeah.
Killing a guy. Since we know Batman's golden rule, no killing, does that bother you that Alfred killed someone?
No, absolutely not. That was complete self-defense. You know, I think, you know, there's no crime fighting going on yet. So this is all about them in my house. You threaten us, I'm gonna kill you. And I think any guardian would do that. So yeah, he's not trying to save the city like someone does eventually, and comes up with that rule. So no, I'm completely okay with
Yeah.
it.
I thought it was funny. I did notice, like, he's like, I wonder if Bruce would have said something about him using a gun. I didn't think about necessarily because, excuse me, because when he finally sees Bruce, you know, since I guess he ran away towards the end there on the stairs, he puts it in his jacket, and I thought maybe Bruce would say something about the gun, but they had an awkward back and forth, like, fancy seeing you here, which
Yeah.
was kind of funny, but it was also like,
Uh-huh.
but they hugged it out.
They did hug it out. Yeah. That they did. But what I liked about it was how Bruce was always trying to go back to help Alfred.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
this
was.
little kid and 3 assassins, and he's always trying to go back
He's
to help
worried about
Alfred.
Alfred.
That, you know,
Yeah, that's good.
very good Bruce Wayne character.
It was a very good lesson, though, that he learned that, you know, I almost said
Say it.
Carmen, but
Oh,
Cat
Cat.
told him that you can't always, like, call the police. You can't always go back, you know, the police, you know, so it's what a big thing with Batman where, you know, it's him versus everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, versus the police in a way, sometimes even, you know, even versus Alfred in a way sometimes. So
Right.
sometimes you can't always call for help, which was, I thought it was a very valuable lesson that he learned.
That takes me in the synopsis up here to a quote that I hope I wrote down, because if not,
Well, what was it? What was the?
it was what and basically we haven't said that the female assassin is Copperhead.
Right.
Copperhead in the comics is a male, but there was a kind of a redo of it in Arkham Origins, the video game, which this is kind of borrowing from. But she tells Bruce something there at the very end of the episode, right when she gets away, and I thought I wrote it down,
Oh yeah, she did tell him a little something.
and I did write it down.
There you go.
Huh.
I'm a good host. She says, don't ever mistake bravery for good sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this could just be a throwaway line, but it doesn't seem that Gotham really does that too much, especially when she's getting ready to leave, no doubtedly to come back in, no doubtedly to come back in later episodes. So you think this was put in as a, say, a learning piece for Bruce? Do you think there's any significance in this line? Don't ever mistake bravery for good sense.
Now that's she said that after he said, I don't know what, she went away, she ran away, right, or something like that. He's asking,
Yeah, she was wanting to know. She said, "Where's your girlfriend?" And he said, "I don't
She's
know.
gone, yeah.
She's gone."
I mean, break it down. I mean, think, she's telling Bruce, don't mistake bravery for good sense. So, I mean, I think at the time referring to protecting your girlfriend, I think, but obviously that's what she's telling him, but we perceive it as something deeper, I think, than like as the audience. But what we should be perceiving it to be, I didn't really pick up on. I remember that line, but I haven't. It didn't really strike me as something like, oh,
Right. Maybe something to come back in later episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I'm with Cory. I don't think I didn't think it was as significant as because she's basically saying, sometimes you just got to do that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be brave because you can get a bullet in your head. Luckily, the contract's not on you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, or else someone else would come around and just shoot you. You know
Kill
what I
the
mean?
kid.
Yeah.
So, but then it's kind of a catch-22, right? Because sometimes you do the right thing, and they shoot you anyway.
Right.
So
Yes, that
I don't
is,
know.
yes.
So, but I don't know. If it comes back, it may. But
I mean, referring to like the future, if we're trying to think of it like that, like trying to think, Batman, he's
does
always
both.
brave.
Yeah, but he does both.
I mean, it's good sense to him. Like the house is burning, it's getting ready to fall over. There's a girl in there. Good sense
yeah,
would be to leave her there, but Batman always does the brave thing. And to him, sense is the same thing. That's the only thing he could do. So if we're trying to think of it as Batman, that's the only thing I can kind of perceive
right.
is that it's one and the same for him. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to somebody else, it's always somebody else for Batman.
All right. Very good. Very good. Very little penguin in this episode.
Yeah.
Which we're actually not used to.
No.
We're used to him carrying a lot of episodes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but only one scene with him and
No, he was in
There's a
Falcone?
couple.
two.
He was in the car telling.
on
his
the car
buddy,
right after
Yeah.
Falcone.
And then,
Right.
and then when he's talking to Falcone,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we tell him the truth?
Right. Right. And in the car, he says Liza is a time bomb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he's meaning by this?
I think I think she's I think he thinks she's feeling pressure. She can't handle the pressure of keeping quiet
Mm-hmm.
without either writing to Falcone about fish
Mm-hmm.
or writing the fish about Penguin. I don't know. I think she's in. I mean, realistically, she's in the worst spot.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, she's
Way
in the
over
middle of
her head.
all of this, and she's the one that's going to die if someone finds out, regardless who finds out first. So, yeah, she's that's ticking. It's definitely ticking.
You think like, what was she? I mean, when you look back on when she was fighting for the job, literally, she didn't even know what she was fighting for,
Right.
and like now where is she? So I think this is kind of I mean, it's I won't say it's full. I shouldn't say that. There has been double standards, like with Barbara, and this is kind of going, I think, down the road of like, okay, you basically ripped a girl's face off, to get this. So, and now all of a sudden you're feeling pressure when you were stone cold in the beginning. So I don't know. It's just there's some weird stuff going on. But I think it's going to be brought to light later on. I mean, obviously,
Sure.
I think I almost think that somehow Penguin's going to be working with Mooney somehow. I don't know. something weird. I think
really?
something just because of what he said in his interview forever ago. I still have that in the back of my mind.
Remind us.
He played, and this is a really cool, interesting little interview technique that I would like to use at some point. 2 lies and a truth. He played.
Oh, right.
And he said one statement in 3 statements. He said one statement was him and Gordon move in together and become best chums, and the other one was him and his mom team up and take over Gotham, and the third one was him and Fish's relationship isn't what you think it is. So, and to that extent, don't quote me,
But that was before the Falcone
this was a
reveal
while back.
as well.
Yes,
So
that is true. So it could be.
you know,
It could have to do with that as well. You're right.
True.
There is some there. That's a really good. That could be the story in and of itself almost. They could just stick with that. With Penguin's web, and I'd be delighted. Fish Mooney's thing, I don't even know. I mean, I don't care. I shouldn't say I don't care about it. Like it's like, I wish she'd hurry up and make a move already. But it looks like in the next coming episodes, things are starting to come to fruition. So finally, it's. I just feel like they kind of dragged that on a little much.
Now, we did see Falcone finally do something ruthless.
Right.
We've always talked about how
Wow.
he's been this old man feeding pigeons, and
Ice is cold and the drink is strong.
ice is cold. You heard it here first on the Gotham After Show. Ice is cold.
stay frosty.
Stay frosty, everybody. Hashtag. Yeah, feeding chickens and, and not banging Liza. Come on, what?
What's wrong with this guy?
But again, now he also straight up kills a dude in his linguine or whatever it was.
Right.
So we finally see, and it actually makes Fish flinch, which we've never seen
She had a face.
before. She had a face. She had a
Scared
face on
face,
her.
yeah.
She had a face on her. So what do you think about this old guy? Do you think Fish and everyone is right? His time is over. He's old, or do you think because he kind of has been 2 steps ahead of everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's very much in control and he got to where he is for a reason and he's not going anywhere?
Yeah, I think he's not. I don't see any reason why he should be worried. I mean, everything that happens, he's always like, I can handle Fish Mooney. It's nothing. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, like the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't know. What can she possibly do besides try to kill him or everyone try to turn on him? I mean, I don't know.
Well, that looks like what she's waiting for is everybody to turn on him.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. I was a little surprised by the scene because he just flat out killed somebody in front of him, and they're disagreeing with him. He's like, does anybody have a problem with that? And they're like, oh, I think that's a little harsh. And I'm like, why are you...
Yeah.
Don't you look across the table and see this
your
guy
mouth,
dead?
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
why didn't he just shoot you and replace you? So I was surprised by people even putting up a fight. So I don't know. I think just like we saw with his relationship with Penguin, I just think he knows what's going on. I don't think he's an idiot. I think he knows what's going on. Especially with Penguin being able to tell him all kinds of stuff as well on the other side and on the Mooney side. So
Right. Yeah, I meant to bring this up earlier when we were talking about Liza, but again, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the episode when Penguin was in her apartment and he said, we thought he would have said, hey, you're working for me now, but he didn't. He didn't, right? But in the previously on Gotham, that line was totally in there. Or am I crazy? Am I crazy, Twitter?
Oh, you mean
he
like,
said you're gonna tell me everything that Fish does.
I saw that in
See,
previously on
was
Gotham.
that not in the episode?
I don't think it was, because I remember us talking about, do you think that's what he was meaning? Because he never said it, and I watched the episode twice. So either I completely missed it, or they left it out.
Yeah,
And then they put it in the previously on Gotham. When we come back from the break, I will go back and look.
They might have taken that
about
out and just put it in the preview. So, but because that does clearly say you're working for me. Now
Right.
I got the impression that's what
got
the
the
whole
impression,
scene
but it was
got.
never actually
clearly.
said,
He's
but-
giving her an agenda.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Did you also notice that
sneeze.
Jada Pinkett Smith was the one who said previously on Gotham
Sorry.
on this episode, where she
No.
never has before?
Oh, no, I didn't
I
notice that.
usually skip that part.
Yeah, I don't. I should watch it
I'm
live.
fast forwarding until the beginning.
You miss important,
But you
important,
watch it
non-important
live.
things
See,
like
I
that.
don't watch it live.
I do watch it live. Yeah.
So I can't. You
I'm
can't
on the
fast forward.
tweets.
Yeah,
I'm on the
you're the
tweets.
one tweeting. So
Yeah, that's right.
and good job, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you.
My phone goes crazy.
Yeah.
The whole freaking hour. I'm like,
yeah. It's our Twitterverse out there.
Chad, damn it.
So we went to the Flea, which is basically the mall for
Flea.
yeah the
We're
mall
cool.
without the crappy music, as Kat described it, and we ran into Ivy for the first time since
Yay.
the pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess we never actually heard her speak before.
Oh, can I back up for a second?
You can back the truck up.
Because I'm surprised you didn't mention, or maybe you're going to, but we saw like a whole hell of a house this time.
Yeah, we did.
Like a lot of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw behind it, which was really cool.
I mean, we saw the outside.
Right.
We saw the whole. Anyway, I thought that was.
So apparently, up until now,
the
they've
whole
been
time,
building
I
that
had to
set.
rewind that part because I was looking at the house.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's
whoa,
like, yeah.
hey,
Oh,
whoa,
crown
oh,
molding, crown molding.
That's a lovely vase.
Yeah. Okay. So
I like that carpet.
Flea Mall.
Lovely rock.
Yeah. So they're at the Flea, and they run into Ivy,
Yeah.
and Ivy is crazy, apparently. She's a little off.
She's cuckoo.
She's
Well, her parents are dead.
right. That never helps. She's cuckoo pants, obviously. Kat is afraid of her.
A little creeped out by her.
So what'd you think of now finally seeing Ivy after her being gone since the pilot?
Well, I'll tell you what, the pilot really, really kind of confused me about her character, being the son of the guy that was accused of
Mario Pepper. Yeah.
for being yeah, she's Ivy Pepper, right? So I was confused because like, wow, she becomes Poison Ivy, or I guess she's becoming. They say before Poison Ivy in the preview. So question was, how does she become? Does she become the Poison Ivy we know? Or does she become some kind of scientist, or
Yeah.
expert on plants and stuff like that? So this just further confused me even more about her character, because now she's completely on her own. I don't know what It's
Yeah, she
really
was adopted, but now I guess she ran away.
yeah. So odd, kind of odd sticking her there, but I'm sure they have a plan for her.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. Thought it was a little weird. I couldn't tell if she was, because it seemed like she did. I mean, my first impression was she did a really good job of just acting. I mean, she was acting creepy, acting weird. The way her affliction and her voice was interesting, but I didn't know if it was because she meant to or she didn't mean to. Type. I wasn't sure. If,
Yeah.
I need to see more of her to be able to tell if that was
Mm-hmm.
what she had in mind.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what significance that scene really meant to the show, because unless she somehow blames Bruce for like her father getting killed or her mother killing herself,
Mhm.
and that comes back somehow, the scene really, I don't know, it's almost a throwaway scene in a sense. Besides, I mean, it was good with him and Kat there changing his clothes and all that stuff. But I don't know what her, I don't know what her involvement meant, to be honest.
Yeah.
Making them leave.
Yeah.
It was the first time we saw 3 people from the Batman universe of the
That's
same
cool.
age all together.
Right.
And I just had this flash of Muppet Babies. And for those of you out there who don't know Muppet Babies,
Yeah.
it's
Muppet Babies.
it's
That's
the Muppets when they were babies.
Babies.
It was a cartoon in the 80s. And I was like, oh, it's Gotham Babies. Yeah.
good. Gotham Babies.
Gotham
Gotham.
Babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do the theme song. But let's talk more about Alfred, because, wow. I mean, he had many scenes. He had the whole episode. And he basically became Bullock's partner for an episode. And wow, he's,
Yeah.
I don't know, Jim, watch out.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not Bullock's partner anymore, Jim. So just call up Alfred, because
What do you say? What do you call him? Butch? I once knew a fellow named Bush. Or
Butch.
Butch.
yeah,
It
turned out to be a complete toe rag or something like that.
It was a wind up.
Yeah,
It was a wind up. Actually, I want to say thanks to Berger. Apparently, he thinks my Alfred impression is spot on, which I don't know. All it is,
It's pretty good.
All it is it's Jason Statham just a little more, raspier. I think that's all it is. So
Right.
it's not.
Very good. The recipe for Alfred from Cory Cooley. There you go. Yeah.
Go practice at home.
So, what were your
Do it.
favorite parts of Alfred in this episode?
My favorite parts of Alfred was I thought his conversation with Fish Mooney was pretty cool. I should say the acting with them both. I thought it was very interesting the way Fish took to him because she saw something in him. I mean, clearly she saw. She was like impressed by him or something, and he really played on her. I think he played her perfectly.
Yeah.
Played her like a fiddle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
He showed her the proper respect. I think she's
Yeah.
really into respect and paid her some compliments. And he took his time with talking to her, too. He was, just stood there and kind of looked at her and then complimented her and said the right
It was
things.
beautiful.
And
It
then
was
she
perfect.
was just
He
like,
did a perfect job. Yeah.
I'll make some calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think,
absolutely.
Dave, what was your favorite part first?
I think just seeing him fight in the beginning was mine. Right when he realized it was, she was there to kill one of the kids or both the kids. The fact that he put up a fight against 3 people,
He had a girl.
He hit a girl.
He did. He cold-cocked her.
Yeah. I mean,
She was making snake noises.
She was
yeah.
Yeah.
taking off the thing, and he knew it was up.
Now I want to know if, I mean, obviously I think that was meant for us. I don't think she was actually making that noise, but I thought it was cool. How
I
they
didn't
did
hear
that.
any snakes.
You didn't hear any like the kind of the rattle?
No, I didn't either.
No.
Go back and listen to it. There's a snake.
Really?
Yeah. There's like a.
Sure.
Because
She got a tail?
well, no, but like when she
Yes, she
first,
does.
when you first saw her,
Hello.
let's just stop it before we get going. When she first caught up with the gardener, that's when I heard it first. I'm like, that's weird. I guess she's kind of like a snake. But then I saw her.
Wrap around.
So that's how
and-
she
she had
wraps
like a-
around him, right?
Yeah.
She had wrapped around, and then she kind of her suit's kind of scaly, and her back is the is scaly. So I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, I mean, there's a snake.
She really liked doing that to Gordon.
She
was like,
kind of
we'll have
hot
to-
for Gordon.
We'll have to do this again sometime.
But so she didn't kill the gardener.
No, she killed him. She cut him open.
Oh,
yeah,
she did.
they did cut him open.
They got him. They got him.
But see, that kind of contradicts the whole contract thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because like,
well,
why didn't she
needed,
kill?
She needed some blood,
Why
and
didn't she
there
kill-
wasn't a
'cause, like,
Halloween
why
store
didn't she kill Gordon?
nearby. He wasn't on the list. I don't know.
That's very true. It's a big hole. I think it's a hole.
It's a little bit of a hole.
That's why I was like, well, yeah. Because
Well,
I
maybe
forgot
she put him to sleep, and they killed him when they cut him open.
Oh, so it's
So she
Oh,
technically
there's
so
a
she didn't kill
loophole.
him. Yeah, okay. I can buy that.
And plus, it's Bruce Wayne. Maybe she had a little bit more restraint when it came to, because she knew who the hell he was.
Right.
And so it's not like, and I thought Fish Mooney kind of was like, what? When she knew that Bruce Wayne was with her.
Yeah,
with
that
Cat.
was
So that was
very
funny. She had that.
Interesting reaction.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Well, then she also framed Gordon instead, right? 'Cause
Correct.
used
She
the gun
tried,
to
but I
kill.
knew that wasn't going anywhere.
Well, it kind of did. I mean,
It didn't work out well for him.
No, but I obviously the mayor was like, obviously you didn't kill him, but
Yeah.
he went a different.
he
route with
fought
it.
you and got your gun and shot him.
God,
Yeah.
don't you
Like,
hate
what?
that? I mean, that really made me hate that.
You were
mayor.
questioning him belligerently.
Yeah.
He overpowered you,
Yeah.
took your gun,
It's
and shot himself.
Yeah.
I was on Spin City.
I was on Spin City.
I was on Spin City.
And Bugs Life.
I was on Spin City.
Shutting up.
Great
I said, yeah. So I mean, Richard Kind, great
guy.
actor.
Great
Yeah,
guy.
great
He's
guy.
comes over here.
But it really
sometimes.
is.
It's great.
It's a great role. It's an interesting role
Right.
because I've never seen him as a bad guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's
It's now time for everyone's favorite part of the Gotham After Show. Maybe. We haven't asked. Caption this. Gentlemen, if you'll please take out your phones.
All right.
I have texted you a picture that we are now going to caption this. Okay, let's go ahead and put it full screen. Who would like to go first? Any volunteers?
I'll go first for a change.
Okay.
Since I have to go last.
Cory Cooley? Caption this.
Oh, this is rough. It's just like the look of just pure disdain on her face. I really hope neither one of them can smell my fart. That's all I got.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's just
That's actually along the lines of what I was going to say.
Of course, it,
Kind of.
identically.
No,
identical.
well, I was thinking she's staring at Bruce saying, or both of them actually saying, I haven't showered in a month. Do you think they could smell me?
I haven't brushed my teeth in a week, and no one has said a thing.
Do you think they know that's my new hairdo? No. So we got two smelly ones there.
Smelly ones, yeah.
yeah. I'm going to say she's looking at them saying, you guys want to smoke some plants? Hey.
That's good, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Because she's poison ivy, and
Gee,
she looks like she's on crack.
Yeah.
She looks a little crackish.
Or at least smoking. She got into Barbara's stash, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
right.
And she probably hates that, actually, because it's burning her plants.
Right. Yeah, exactly. She's against that. Now, since oh, by the way, I tweet that out. You guys send us your caption. This we had a good time on the old Twitter with last week's one. Got
Yeah.
some good responses.
We did.
as well.
Well, what was one of the, well, I mean, the responses to what we said, or just to the caption?
No,
To the caption.
people did the captions.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't.
Right. They're
Yeah,
still,
you're not-
still
I'm
on
gonna
the
go back and
Twitter.
look.
Following the Twitter.
I am following the Twitter. I'm just.
Right. Priorities, Cory. Priorities.
I know.
We're actually going to take that into the return of Joker references,
Oh,
Joker
wow.
sightings here.
Yeah.
Did you guys pick up on one?
Nope.
One that I had to
You just said one. What was it?
go gadget arm for it. Reach technically.
Oh,
for
reach for it, yeah.
gadget arm.
Mayor James
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
called both Gordon and Dent a bunch of clowns. Bunch of clowns. But you know what he said almost in the same breath?
What was that?
Once Dent said, I protest, he said, hush.
Oh, he did say hush. The word.
Hush. The word
Oh,
hush.
nice.
I caught that. I remember that because I was like, well, does he have? No, he doesn't. So if he had anything to do with it, because
These Joker things haven't gone nearly as the way I thought they were going to.
Yeah, we're all
Exactly.
excited the first episode. Like, well, there's a comedian.
I was
Oh man.
one single. If I had to choose one single scene in the for Gotham, period. Well, I should say. I don't know if the feeling, I guess, or piece of excitement. It was that one. It was seeing a comedian up there doing. I was like, ah.
That was pretty good.
And I'm not gonna
That
lie,
was your
I
Gotham
haven't had a. It was. I haven't had a
Gotham-gasm?
Gotham-gasm necessarily since then. I don't think.
Didn't you tweet Gotham Gasm after that?
Nah, that
It wasn't me. It was you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
I tweeted the first. I tweeted the pilot. That's the only thing I
Yes.
tweeted.
Yeah,
Correct.
I just the way they hyped it up, it sounded like,
Oh, yeah.
you got to catch the, and maybe we haven't just seen what they're talking about.
Right.
Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's a
Well, they wasted their time.
Joker card somewhere that we haven't seen or something. I don't know. Maybe
We'll have to wait till the season 1 DVD, and I'm sure there'll
Right.
be like a special feature or something.
Jeez,
I
but
don't
like
know.
how hard do you? I mean, I don't know. You think that?
I don't know.
I don't,
geeks
there's some stuff that, I don't catch.
Sure.
And you watch it twice, sometimes you don't catch everything, but, it
Yeah.
could be so subtle that we just, it could be anything. It could be, it could be a name. They could have dropped a name that wrote a series of Joker books. And who
Right,
knows?
right,
It could have been anything.
You'd think that at
Who
least
knows?
someone out there would have picked it up and it'd be on the internet. Like there'd be a searchable
Yeah.
thing that says Joker. I've searched Joker references and like it's nothing.
Right.
When they said it.
But
what
again,
pops up.
who's watching the TV? Who's watching the show?
Well.
Is it straight up comic book people, or is it actually
It's a mixture, I would say.
crime drama fans that
Yeah.
don't even know anything about Batman?
Right.
It's true.
Everybody knows something about
Well,
Batman.
they know who he is. But,
Something.
Let's talk about Mayor James. This show just repeats names. James Gordon, Dent, Harvey Bullock, Harvey Dent,
Yeah.
Mayor
Lot of-
James.
lot of-
It's
lot of names,
confusing.
lot of name repeaters.
Mayor James, and what he basically did to Gordon made this thing into a suicide, like we were talking about earlier. He is now a security guard at Arkham Asylum.
Right.
Jim took it instead of quitting because that's what they would want him to do, was quit. No. Now, who knows since when the mayor has the power to make you go work at another place that has nothing to do with the GCPD. But hey, so what do we think is going to happen with Jim in Arkham.
Yeah, that was an interesting turn.
Very interesting.
At the end of this mid-season.
Didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, because I felt like, I always preach that I love shows that keep moving and don't linger, because there are parts that are lingering. The whole Liza thing, I think, is lingering.
Linger. Pineapple Express.
But the one thing I never thought was going to just feel like lingered was Gordon and Bullock. I felt like that was something that, honestly, I thought that was going to go on for like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And maybe they get back to that. Who knows? They get back to that maybe at the end of the next half season. But I don't know. This seems like it's trying to set up more Batman villains, that are in the asylum, because we're getting the Shrink or whatever that Tompkins, right? That's going to be in there. There's rumors, I guess, that there's a Dr. Quinzel that's going to show up.
Yeah, though I read that somewhere where someone had asked, I can't remember what they asked, but they said no. They said there's definitely not going to be Harley Quinn this season. They said,
Yeah.
but
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that, because we were talking about it before we recorded. I'm okay with them having a young Quinzel, Dr. Quinzel. Again, as long as she doesn't become Harley Quinn
Right.
without the Joker.
Without the Joker.
So,
Yeah.
No, I just think they're setting up to introduce more villains for Gordon.
Yeah, and it could be very possible that he ends up learning a lot more about the Wayne murders, being around
That's true,
such
too.
a criminal element, which he probably isn't thinking about, but that might be where the writers are going with it, putting him in there so he gets new information and so on and so forth. Or it could just be to have a new setting, show Arkham, put a little more Easter eggs in there about the villains and so forth. And
But it's tough because that means
Hugo
he's
Strange,
not,
maybe.
that means he's not out in the city, though.
I know.
Right?
I know.
So I think
who
they're
knows?
kind of putting him on the back burner and bringing out Penguins and all, and giving I don't know. What, he stops a riot. I mean, that's basically what it's so far. I don't know where they can. Yeah, that's the only option that I think. So when I saw that, I was like, what are they going to do? Like,
Right.
they must be wanting to get him out of the way for a while.
Right. Well, real quick, because we've got a couple questions to get to, but I want to talk about LoveCraft, since this was called LoveCraft. He, possibly the only reason why this episode was called LoveCraft, besides him getting killed, was he had some important information that would have been great to hear had he actually been able to get it out. He was talking about, right before the Waynes got murdered, there was a big rush on the Wayne stock. They're buying it up like they knew something was going to happen. So this is just more
Or were
clues.
they selling it? I thought they were selling it because they knew
No, I thought they were buying it.
they were buying it.
People were buying it because they knew something was going to, I don't know.
Well, the stock was going to drop probably with their death. So.
Yeah, well,
I think
that's
he was
what it
saying
was.
people were.
That's what they were assuming. Like,
That they were selling stuff.
by people buying stock, they knew something like was going to happen. So he figured, I'll make my money.
Well, he said
But
there was a
no-
big rush on the Wayne stock, I think is how he phrased it. I don't know if people were selling it that rush or buying it that rush.
right.
I'm not sure.
Because I'm assuming the stock was going to go down.
It
Well, yeah,
was,
after they
that's
murdered
why
it, they did-
were-
Well, you
it
don't
did go
buy it. You
trading.
don't buy it. You sell it.
Right.
If it's going down.
So he said he looked into it and he found, and then that's when the assassins came through the door and
Right.
and Jim was choked out and she got her jollies off.
She did. Which was, I figure. He put up
And
a
they
fight,
obviously
but-
took the briefcase, they took the evidence.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
so-
he knows now. So he knows, he has something now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and and didn't he say, like, there's bigger people than me, that I'm
said,
just a
"I'm
little,
nobody."
I'm
Yeah,
nobody.
right.
I'm just, so
They're laughing at you.
it definitely
he said.
took a step.
They're laughing at you. You are
Right.
stuck in the maze, my
You
friend. I
can't,
thought that was
you
kind
can't
of.
see it. And he's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding I am. Yeah.
So, yeah, so,
That was important.
I didn't expect him to die, but I guess, there's something to go on there for him to
Right.
find out.
Well, as I mentioned, we had a couple of questions via the
Yes.
tweet machines. I believe you have one there, Dave, and I'll get the other one.
Okay, first one from Russell Berger here. Knowing the ending of the episode, how long do you think he'll be stuck with that during the second half of the season, that being Gordon at Arkham?
I think he'll be stuck until the last season finale.
Really? The whole.
I think he'll be there the entire
So
time.
we have 12 episodes left of this first season. So
Yeah. He'll be.
you think he's going to stay there the whole 12 seasons? 12 episodes?
I don't know. Now that I didn't know there were 12 episodes left, so
Yeah.
I forgot there were
22 total. So
Yeah, 22. Yeah.
I kind of feel like he won't be there very long. I kind of feel like it was, it was a cliffhanger.
yeah.
He's not Bullock's partner anymore. He's not technically even he's not a cop anymore. He's a
Right.
security guard.
Yeah.
But I feel like the riot that we saw teased in the next season or the next part of the season, he'll stop that and get a big accommodation for it, and he'll do some other things. Maybe he'll uncover corruption in Arkham, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Some
I don't
way
know.
he's gonna get himself back, or maybe the mayor will be killed, and that will like overturn his
4 episodes. What about that?
4.
You think he's there
What
4?
about 4
I'm gonna
episodes?
say 3. I'm gonna say 3.
I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, it's gonna work fast.
Great.
I think if they're smart, they won't go more than 2. I think keeping him there. I think keeping him there would be somewhat of a mistake.
Mhm.
I really do think. I think he has to still be a cop. I think he has to be a detective still.
Yeah.
And I think 2 episodes into the 3rd episode, I think he'll be back.
What if something develops in the Wayne murder case? Who else? It would pressure the mayor. Who else to bring back on the case but Jim Gordon,
Right.
who was originally on the case? Maybe that'll bring them together. Who knows?
True. So thank
But
you.
I did like what you were saying about the. I think was it you that mentioned about Harvey being truly a Two-Face
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't sticking. He said he was going
Yeah.
to stick with Gordon, and then he's like, "No, whatever you want, Mayor."
Yeah.
So
That's true.
anyway, second question comes from Mrs. Cobblepot. Yes, Mrs. Cobblepot is following us.
Oh,
She says, regarding the Penguin, how much longer do you think it'll be before Mooney's place becomes the Iceberg Lounge?
oh,
Iceberg like a salad?
very good.
Like a salad.
Oh.
Not like a salad.
Next season? I don't think it'll happen this season. I think Mooney's stuff has to. They've been building that. It has still not come to fruition. So they're not gonna. Maybe at the preview. Maybe at the very end. They just. They're not even done.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's no way it's gonna happen anytime soon.
You got to think about how Jada Pinkett is one of the bigger names on the show.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe he could take over her place, and she's still. No, I'm gonna not even finish that sentence. I don't think she would
How long is
still
she
be on
gonna
the
be
show.
on? How long is she gonna be on the show?
Well, I think it all comes down to the network stuff and the polls and who's watching the show because of Jada Pinkett Smith.
I think right now a lot of people are.
It seems like it, which we're all kind of like, okay. Which, she's doing a great job. Especially, I thought this episode was one of her best episodes. Just the way that she was acting, I thought was
Yeah.
Plus, she's hot.
better. And she is a great actress. So I think it'll come down to a lot of network stuff,
Very true.
And if people are tuning in because of her, and she is a big movie star name, somewhat, they're going to keep her around. So I could see the Penguin's rise. Maybe he replaces Maroney and is no longer associated with Falcone, and it's kind of a Falcone Penguin struggle.
I think that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah, he
That's
may
good.
even just completely bypass Fish and not even worry about getting her level.
Well, I think the fish thing might work itself out with Liza.
Right.
So, but unfortunately, I'm with you. It's like Daryl Dixon. You can't kill off the guy that's drawing your audience.
Right.
If she's drawing the audience, she's safe for a
Well,
while.
I think your number 2 draw, if not your number 1, is Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, absolutely.
Is Robin Lord
Yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah.
He's an instant fan favorite from the beginning. And speaking of that, unless you have something to add on that.
No, not at all.
Okay. Speaking of that,
If I was
You
supposed
had,
to.
you
or
had that
not.
look on your face.
Yeah, like-
no.
Well, because I was deep in thought about your he's no. I mean, what about Ben McKinney? I mean, people. I mean, that's true. I mean, Ben McKenzie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he's got
guess.
a huge OC following, and that's where I disappeared to. I was thinking
you were in the OC.
I wasn't. I didn't really like those.
California.
I'm not. I'll say Ben McKenzie is
He was a-
perfect young Gordon,
He
but
was,
I
he
haven't.
was the OC?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
His
not
most
the
recent
biggest-
thing was Southland, which was
Yes.
Okay.
critically acclaimed. So
Critically.
yeah,
I was going to say another fan favorite, Enigma,
totally.
Oh, huge! Yeah. I think
who
so.
had a nice little moment with Gordon. Gave him
Yeah.
a hug.
I'm gonna write a letter.
I'm going to write a letter.
Twitch bot should
Twitch,
I?
yeah. Twitch, who do I send that to?
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it, Ed.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
I can see more of him as the season, because when it got renewed, you have to think a lot of the scripts weren't written. The full season wasn't written yet.
Right.
So I think they're getting a lot of feedback from fans, seeing that Penguin and Enigma are fan favorites.
That's
They're
what I
going to start
see.
putting some more of
I
that
want
in
to see
there.
the rise of the Riddler. That's what I want to
Rise
see
of the
so bad.
Riddler.
Or at least whatever he is before.
Sure.
But I guess a quick question too is: do you think how much of Bullock are we going to get if Gordon is stuck in an asylum? Do we even see Bullock?
I think you do.
I mean,
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they have a way of working in people when maybe they shouldn't even.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there hasn't been an episode where we haven't seen Bruce and Alfred when maybe it wasn't even that relevant.
Right.
We've seen Barbara just about this episode. We didn't.
We
see her.
didn't see Barbara.
No Barbara.
or Alan and
Yeah, Montoya. Right.
Well, they were busy.
They were busy. And Alan was watching.
Yeah.
He had a
room
video
service.
yeah. So, no, I think they'll find a way
Yeah.
to have Bullock in there. He owes him a drink. He owes Gordon a drink. Look at a drink.
does.
And he could possibly get, a partner that's part of the comic books too.
That's right.
To come in and be part of the squad. So
Get Eckhart.
Eckhart,
Hey, Eckhart. Think about the future.
the future.
Yeah.
Don't write that stuff in the paper.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
You don't even have to say any words. You said,
Yeah.
Cigar.
I hate how he talks.
God, this is terrible. It's terrible.
just kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right up, you have to swallow the mic, basically. And
Yeah, his
make
mouth-
noises.
That he looked like he was 80 yards.
Here,
like,
hold
totally.
on. I got
You know
an
what I
idea.
mean?
I got an idea.
His voice
You-
is probably like, okay, so you guys gonna replace
Well-
my voice in post because
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think this fits
you
me.
You do the mouth, I'll do the voice. So you say don't put that stuff in the paper, and I'll do the voice. That way, something looks like EDR. So ready?
What
Three,
now?
you-
Don't do the voice.
Don't
or
do the
just-
voice. You
oh, just
mouth
the-
that, and,
Okay.
I'll do it.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Don't put that stuff in the paper.
Yes.
That works.
That is great.
And that, folks,
is great.
is
That's
how it's
exactly
done
how it's done.
in Hollywood.
That's it. That's it.
Hilarity.
Okay. Hey, that's it, folks. That's it for us for a little while. For Gotham for a little while, unfortunately. But like I said, we will be back. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Gotham After Show. Follow these guys at dcottingham21 on Twitter, at KooMasterKoo. You can also add us on Skype. We have this super secret contest. We have 2 going. One's not so super secret. We're giving away Hush, the graphic novel, which you can do by retweeting when we post a new show, which I guess this next one will be the last one for a while. If you retweet that tweet, you are automatically entered into the Hush giveaway, correct?
Correct. And we need some comments on iTunes.
Yes. So there's 2
So,
ways to get entered
2
into
ways.
the
And
Hush
we'll do.
giveaway.
And we'll last this until the next episode. So over the break.
That's right. Now there is a second giveaway of a super secret item that we don't even know what it is yet. It's so great that you can only enter by sending us a video comment on Skype. So we want to play those. So no. See that put the barbers down. So that is it for the Gotham After Show. We've had some bourbon on this one, and it was delightful. Yeah. So we see you guys after the break. We'll check in here and there. So look for us on youtube.com/21network. For David Cottingham, for Cory Cooley, I am Chad Perkins, and I would like everyone out there to stay frosty.